for what he has done. Me Asamoah me join the wire a boomer joining in TSS. Sometimes no me say me pacho man we the na ba na dream one of friend me say member chair Youth and Sports Manifesto Committee. Sebi. My war sports move for over 20 years. There are a lot of Nkrofua or handle sports are or name anything about sports. Me drama youth. Na Vice President Ephraim, you know, me personally, and for the youth, because Ebano Asamoah Gyan, youth na. Intino, in 24 hours, me kasa bebre. But the me catch Vice President and say, Senyame Adom na Ghana for decided say be vote to amana. Me I'm emphasizing on the youth. I'm emphasizing on the youth because I represent the youth and I know with your visionary you will help the youth. Me, I'm not a politician, but so now I need to be I'm boy youth now. Me and Kasameba out. Ababekasa. Lastly, I would like to thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to chair the Youth and Sports Manifesto. You're a visionary man, and I pray to the Almighty God to give you long life and prosperity. I thank the minister, I thank the youth, everybody.
By day worker on a farm. To support my education, I have worked as a cleaner of dormitories. I have worked as a taxi driver. I have worked as a warehouse boy. I could carry the boxes very well. I have worked as a teacher. I have worked as a professor. I have worked as a deputy governor of the central bank, which I came to after I was assistant professor at Baylor. I came and worked as in the Bank of Ghana. I was promoted to a deputy governor. And then, as God will have it, I was selected as a running mate to Nana Akufo-Addo. And I became vice president after the 2016 election. So it is possible. It is possible. Last year, I decided to contest to become the leader of the MPP and the presidential candidate. It was a difficult contest. Many people did not give me a chance. They said the MPP had not yet elected anybody from the northern part of Ghana to be the leader. And I said, with God, it is possible. And we went for the contest. And the MPP overwhelmingly voted for me as the presidential candidate. It is very, very important. I believe that Ghana can be like any other developed country. We can be like South Korea. We can be like Malaysia. We can be like Estonia. We can be like any other advanced country. If we put our minds to it, it is possible. It is possible. 14 years ago, in 2010, I wrote a book on Africa's development and Ghana's development. And I made the case that the world was moving into the digital age. And Ghana should be prepared to move into that digital age, otherwise we will be left behind. I concluded that book with 2 paragraphs that says that we are in competition with every country. And therefore, no country is going to do us a favor because we are all competing. It's like you are playing a game of football. If you are playing and you don't have a goalkeeper, they will keep scoring you the goals. And your opponent will not come and say, go and put a goalkeeper in the post. So Asamoah Gyan and co will be scoring the goals. So, as a country, we have to realize that we are in competition. After so many years of independence, we were so behind. When you look at the development of nations, education is the most important factor in the development of nations. The gross tertiary enrollment ratio, how many of your students go into tertiary institutions, is a major determinant of your development. When I looked at the data, South Korea has a gross tertiary enrollment ratio of 94%, and Ghana had 14%. So we have a big gap to catch up. And this is why we thought it was very important for us to bring free senior high school education to move our students forward. When we brought free senior high school education after the 2016 election, the president asked me when we got into office in January, he said, Mahamadou, can we implement free senior high school education this year? I said, Mr. President, if it is your wish, we can implement it this year. We made it possible. There were some people, including my opponent, who said it was not possible. He said if he had the money, he would not spend it on free SHS. But we prioritized free SHS, spend the money, and we have implemented it over the last 8 years. When you look at the results of free SHS, it is remarkable. Between 1957 and 2016, after 60 years of Ghana's independence, we only had 800,000 students enrolled in senior high school. 800,000. Immediately we implemented free SHS. 7 years later, in 2023, the number of students in senior high school has gone up from 800,000 to 1.4 million students. So you can look at it. 60 years of independence, we have 800,000 students. 7 years of free SHS, 7 years, we added 600,000 students in 7 years compared to 60 years. It tells you that so many people were sitting at home and couldn't find the opportunity to go to senior high school. But when we made it free, they are coming. What is more really heartening is the fact that more girls than boys are going to senior high school today. In 2016, for every 100 boys in senior high school, there were 68 girls. In 2023, for every 100 boys, there are 106 girls in senior high school. The girls have overtaken the boys, and the performance has gone up. The WACC core 6 subjects, 2016, the pass rate was 41%. 41% in 2016. Today, it is 64% in 2023. So, performance has gone up. Quality has gone up. Gender parity has been achieved. And so, we are so happy. If we are able to continue this, which we should continue, free SHS, then you can see that more and more students will come out of senior high school and more will go into the universities and other tertiary institutions, and Ghana will be more educated and more educated and more educated as we go. It is possible. It is possible. We have also invested in TVET education.
Full soldiers, Charlie Amizimu, he made them. I'm so surprised even about this lady. Now, you
but don't judge her yet, because
no. You see, it gives a signal. Yeah. It gives you a signal that Sagana Hayan na yen tufu na yan kase ye 2024 elections your baby be because yen mu bin mo wa yen ya management that politics are na ye na easy nti again there when potomanto no sika wo mu no resa and bank is can resa or there ye bibi na yen sika show nti one propaganda played a major role. Nagana Hanangasan yet propaganda aye daily life. Ne yedi NDC MPP. The inya sama I will show binuma mongagade o MPP fino wire 9 yo na asamna ye bibi o kwami encha minyimi de aya tuma jimenza ne bosma asare numu na aze won bieni no zamotete zo no ngasapo ono enteda orgaso ono that is how he is nizi ayin do show office no yejumo no direct I am go boss who don't mind him mo go no we close the door no she dem also na ye dede wa bo ye ne ada ye ko na she do na kwegu siribu oba no oba yin bakasa onu no o ya di
o cool one down
cool yeah but it is true. Sometimes we bash people. Look, both political parties, these two major parties, NPP fusu ngwafure bake kusin, and the NDC fusu yadiruko baby ayi there weakness or to make sure they're them those time when I was with them. And to minim, or they get jina wafan mori barrier. Ne woman no more buses. No there buses in of your kanshi and of you dam. But you will not go from what you promo. But just to prevent them from transferring or registering in that constituency, or there you cause trouble. But the man here,
are you saying that I just cause trouble?
But I say,
are you saying the more cause trouble?
You cause trouble. Now, but if you are, and to them, he's in former president okay there, he's in Adi MPP. What better William? The man, yeah, ka. Well, ever power pet. Oh, you're different. Oh, you see the young you see where your papa. You see, we are not being truthful to the common man walking on the street. Otuaba, ma, I will party over power. You are not, look, you can't call someone general, but we hide behind the scene because in power suite, power, oh yeah, down. I mean, they be a catch a Ghanaians there. Look, you tell where you kiss the chili, aqua sikani, mobi, aka for 3. If you are, I wouldn't in your Asamoah. I been say ya was a shooting war. I was who was who go. No, if you want to go Gassan, we are going Gassan. Nobody will mind you. But you see, it will get to a point in the next 5 years because of free SHS. You cannot lure people into vehicles to go and cause trouble. And you man, Bawumia ni RAZ Orugwe. And did that. I say, brother, who campaign area? It looks that the angel of God is leading you. I won't lie. Because, Charlie, yes, in politics, until them all. Yes, Ghanaians are facing difficulties. Yes, people believe in the man. That's the difference. If you have such a large crowd, I want to see what is prevailing on the ground. It was surprising.
But we all agree that crowds don't necessarily translate to votes.
Kwame, I have said it once here. If you win elections, it's who calling me win. They will lose. It won't win, it won't there. It won't win.
Yeah, sure.
I'm telling you, Kwame. What are you saying? Yeah, we have been in the system for long. Yeah, you want to say, I do on ye. If I won't there on ye. But you have people around you who will tell you, oh, Charlie, you will be here. But it's never so. But in times of difficulty, economic difficulty, and you have large crowd of people, and you say it's genuine.
What makes you say so?
The even you be pan over 4 no you are so. I'm a me baby me fi. Everybody what show wash our ba. Also when you for no water. Until them grow. It's different. Yeah, interfacing with the youth. You want maybe youth connect. You see the profit of free SHS. I can tell you that thousands of students at what body Dr. Bawumia or free SHS students. That is what we call you reap what you sow. It's
Bawumia no afre ona.
They said that will be no friend.
Aluti.
It's Kwame.
Aluti.
Me yo kasi ye Sibuko Kufu office.
Riding.
Flip-flopping. You are giving room for chaos. I'm accusing the EC, the 2024 elections. So when you want na wama imra aye juma
Peace FM.
Troubles of Ghana hand if you be want
Peace
because
FM.
for you what have been adima mema how I come see my sweet sister on Shazin the neighbor the moton na mama me wish atukum sinsu well he's a nice guy Papa
okay.
He's a nice guy. I mean, those times me chairman has in here. Well, that's upon you. Or today, mommy, I cast on you over Cassan. Oh, quite different. You will love it. Kwame.
Alete.
Momo Sipio. Me say na ko you so. We are politics. A woman.
Now, imagine there is also a very quiet calm person.
Oh, no, I'm surprised.